night, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to It's a Man's World. I am still Dario.
I am Jason Forever.
I'm Naive.
And tonight's topic is sex. Where, when, how, and why.
But before we get on topic, I want to say shout out to all of you who took the time out to comment on our first our first episode.
We really appreciate it.
Yes.
I especially like Raj's story about his grandfather not being able to come in the house, all the grumping. It's like the big bad wolf.
Yeah.
The three little things.
Huffing and puffing.
And he just couldn't come in because, he had to take his clothes off.
Yeah.
But that's cool, Raj. We appreciate you sharing, and that's what we wanted to do.
And also, for Kimberly.
Hi, Kimberly.
Yes, we also realized that you also said that you agree with Dario.
And you should.
And also you said that he was going in the same direction as Dario.
No, I don't think so.
No.
I think that's what was said on Facebook. That's what she said.
But don't believe everything you see. It's just the internet.
It's just the internet. Okay, the internet never lies.
Say hey to Gino. Big up Gino. Thanks for commenting. It is a woman's world, and you're right. Not just for saying it's a woman's world, but for agreeing with me. You're gonna always be on the safe side when you do that.
No. You can get in trouble.
Always bet on black.
Anyways, we are gonna be talking about sex, where, when, how, and why.
When we get back from this break.
Yeah.
Every year I'm searching for number one.
Excuse me, sir. Can I help you?
Yes, I found my number one. I'll take it.
The latest looks and the newest trends for home fashion is number one at Living Spaces, located on Old Pound Road.
But it would mean nothing without a woman or a girl.
Welcome back.
Yeah, and as I said before, we're talking about sex, where, when, why, and how. And right now, I just want to know, my dear friend, my dear colleague, what is your view on sex, where, when, why, and how?
Mike, you want my 2 cents?
Well, apparently that looks like a $10 button.
Oh my goodness. Sex to me is the reason why men are the way they are, why we dress the way we do, why we talk the way we do, why we bathe, I'm so serious. I'm so serious. If it was not for sex, listen, you ask the questions like when, where, why, how. We lie for sex. We beg for sex. We steal for sex.
And we steal sex.
Some people even go so far as
some people are really
some
like
people
that.
actually pay for sex.
Yeah,
Crazy, but it's
No,
real.
what?
It's a real thing.
So not
It's
you,
a
not
real,
you.
real
Some
situation.
people.
Some people.
You like.
I mean,
you're guilty.
how much would they pay for sex then?
I do not know the going rate. I do not know what the going rate is. Never had.
You seem like you're trying to pick his mouth.
never had to do it.
Doing anything with
Never
nice
had
mouth.
to. Won't start.
I'm not doing anything with
Won't
nice
start.
mouth.
No.
But to the topic, sex. When, where, why, and what was the last one?
How?
The why
How?
is because it's necessary for life, just like it's necessary for life. The when is anytime. The
Even on
where
Sundays.
is
Anywhere.
anywhere.
I know.
And the how is,
Any way you want.
hey, you decide.
Anyhow you can.
Whatever works
Anyway.
for you.
Whatever
I
works for
think the more sex the world has, the better it is for everybody. I mean,
Would you believe? Hold on. Would you believe I was actually looking through my videos on WhatsApp? I got a video, and it was actually on a news feed that they were talking about sex, and they say sex is healthier. It helps you burn calories.
healthy than what though? I mean, when you say healthier, it has to be.
Healthy than water?
Okay, I think I used it wrong. It's healthy.
Oh,
water.
right. I'm with you. I
Okay.
just want to make sure.
It
viewers
says
know.
It has health benefits?
Yeah, it has health benefits. It's
does.
even like
It does.
You can have sex instead of going to the gym.
I do.
That all that they were talking about, it says it like burns calories.
Right.
You know, it actually gives you stamina. It actually improves your You're
Yeah.
gonna say qua. I'll just use that
What
word.
does it improve for you?
What's the je ne sais
What is it-
quoi?
what does it
do
do
for
for
you, Jason?
It makes me who I am.
Wow, it makes it. But in all honesty,
It makes him
who he is.
who he is.
In all honesty, people, I mean, think about it. None of us would be here without sex. So let's stop treating it like a taboo subject. I think in any good relationship, and in any healthy society, back to health, and this is mental health, emotional health. I think
That too.
sex
That
has
too.
to be a topic that people can discuss freely.
They also said it was a stress reliever. And
but
it did say that.
there's a stigma attached when you say the word sex.
Everyone is like, you did not just say that.
Sex in the office.
So why do we have guidance and counseling where they teach you sexual education? They teach you how to be safe while having sex. They teach you how to use a condom while having sex. But yet still, if you say the word sex, you are pulling a knife out and stabbing someone in the heart.
I actually think safe sex classes in school are just a way to keep the kids from, having like gang fights or something like that. It doesn't really make any sense to me because
yeah.
you learn more on the street.
Very much so.
When I was growing up and they actually called or assigned us to have like a sex ed class, everybody
Had
just
sex
laughed.
ed?
They actually had a sex ed class, which was really, really funny because at one point the teacher was looking at us like, "Oh, really? So what else do you do?"
never-
And, you talk about sex, to add to what you guys are saying. You talk about sex, it's deemed as being so taboo. If somebody asks you a question, like, they ask you the weirdest things, like, what do you think in terms of this particular thing, in terms of sex? You start talking, you give your view, and then you get a nickname, Nasty. So
So that's how.
I don't know
So
why.
that's
Why
how
not?
you got that nickname.
no,
You weren't talking about you, were you, Nine?
No.
'Cause
I believe he was. I really believe
I don't
he
think-
was.
I don't
Nine
think-
never talks about
I
himself.
don't talk about myself.
Ever. What are you talking
Ever,
about,
ever,
Jason?
ever.
Stop that.
Ever.
Terrible.
But the
You are
thing,
the worst.
I know.
You're like a coin. You flip. We don't know which side you're gonna land.
But have more sex, people.
Have more sex.
I've rarely ever seen anybody start a fight right after having sex.
It makes you healthy. It makes you
it
healthy.
releases endorphins
And
under your skin.
it's
that
fun.
make you-
It releases
that make you glow.
orphans?
Endorphins.
Endorphins.
Sorry, I don't think I heard.
We had like Junior Google.
Yeah.
We had
said-
Diet Google.
Nice.
It only goes so far.
It only goes so far.
It only goes so far.
Yeah, it only goes to the 2000s. people.
Touche.
It only goes to the 2000s.
Oh my goodness.
Encyclopedia.
But no.
I have those home too.
What?
What? Really?
On Google?
No, the books.
No,
They
no.
hit hard too. I can tell you that
No,
much.
but real talk. Sex. I mean, there's so many different things that are wrapped up with the whole.
Wrap
you
it
know,
up.
Connotation of sex.
See what you guys did there?
Literally, metaphorically.
Even with our show, our past show, we talked about style. We talked about what influences style. Sex has so much. The emphasis that it puts on.
It's not a bad thing, people.
A lady, like how they emphasize their physique and.
That's why you wear what you wear.
Yeah.
You
it
wanna
has
look
to be
sexy.
You want to be sexy. You want to be comfortable, and
Let's get real, people.
But some of them are like how Red Rat said, traffic blocking. I'm just saying it.
How does he?
What do you mean? How do I know Red Rat? Come on, I'm not that.
I like that.
Hey, whoa.
I like
It's not a
that.
good, but some of them they actually do dress outrageous. Imagine I was working for a show the other night, and a young lady came in, and I was like, "Why is she wearing just the curtain?" I didn't really have a problem with it. I didn't have a problem with it.
Maybe
But
she
I
was
was just wondering
maybe
why
she
that
just-
she has on a curtain.
Maybe she just came from having sex.
She probably just grabbed the nearest thing. She probably almost got caught. But anyway,
sex is so important. Sex is so important. It's funny how I think the reason why a lot of people do outlandish, or they probably dress outlandish, or what we may consider outlandish, is because it's still in 2017, in the 21st century, still a taboo subject, which is to me very, very laughable, and it shouldn't even be that way. The same way we can talk about crime, the same way we can talk about health.
Yeah.
And lack of
benefits
sex
of
is a
health.
crime.
but what they don't know, sex is a part of health.
But
That's what they don't know. Sex is a part of health.
Well, I would say a healthy sex life is a good thing. Once you have, when you have
What are you trying to say, Naive?
If you don't have a healthy sex life, you're miserable.
No, it's not even so much that. But you know what I mean? You find somebody who you're compatible with.
Somebody's agreeing with me.
You find somebody who you're compatible with, you know, you experiment. I'm not to say that, you know, experiment.
I'll say it.
Experiment doesn't necessarily mean a negative term.
And what
I
does
think
it
I
mean?
think the experiment,
Tell us what it means,
hold on.
Naive.
Negative
The experiment
term.
has to do with the topic of tonight's discussion, doesn't it?
No. I'm just saying though. But at the end of the day, I mean, you have to
You mean
experiment.
sex, Jason?
You have to try.
You can say sex
You have to try
on this
different
show.
things. You have to try different things. You're not gonna know. My thing is right. I'm not gonna be in a sexual relationship with somebody and just go through the motions. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not gonna go through the motions. I'm not gonna be sitting down there, be behind there, be underneath there, and then just taking it, and then be like,
Just take
you know, I'm gonna be a man and I'm gonna grunt this thing out. No, I'm gonna tell you what I want. I'm gonna tell you what I like, and in return, I'm gonna ask you what you want, what you like, and then we're gonna, you know, it's gonna be a beautiful thing.
As you say that though, sex actually lets you get closer to your partner, getting to know your partner.
I see what you did there.
I mean,
Get
you have
closer.
sex from long distance?
Wow.
No, I'm
Get
just-
closer.
But I'm with you.
Emotionally, as
Emotionally,
well,
there you go.
You
there
get
you go.
closer to your
I'm with
partner
you. Right,
emotionally.
I like that.
Right.
Right? So you learn things that you never thought you could. You know? And then after a while, you would be there with them after going through your sexual encounter. You'd be like, this.
He has me so enthralled with him.
I'm literally
Go ahead.
no joke. I'm with you, man.
Keep talking.
And you're like, okay, I've just learned this about her. And it actually lets you appreciate them more.
Right.
You appreciate your partner more. I'm young in the sex world, but I'm just saying, you guys are more experienced than I am. You should be saying this, and I should be
Wait,
enthralled like
how
how you guys are.
How do you know that?
How do you know this, Jason?
What do
And
you-
not only that,
Have you
Jason,
been looking through my window?
for you, Jason? I
You
mean,
have kids that are almost older.
percentage-wise.
Yeah.
What is it for you? What is it for you? Is it like I don't know,
You mean-
20% mental, 90%, 80% physical, or what?
No. It's not. To me, I'm an emotional person. Front up. I'm very emotional. I like to get to know people. So for me, I would say it's more like on an emotional level at times.
Spiritual level.
Yeah, all that can work too.
Keep putting one. All right, for me, people, two things I want to touch on. Firstly, talk to your kids about sex.
Yeah.
Talk to your kids about sex.
It's not letting them learn about sex
from
the street.
off the street. It's
Like
never
me.
a good. I mean, the streets are where nasty is.
Yeah, I'll say.
Stop.
Talk to your kids about sex. This is very important. On all jokes,
All jokes
aside, talk to your kids about sex. Tell them, let them know. Just normally, like you talk to your friend, let them get comfortable coming to you with that topic. You don't want them talking to their friends. Their friends are stupid.
Especially when things go south. Especially when something.
Well, I see
They
what you
would be
did there.
led
I
straight.
see what you
Yeah,
did
I saw
there.
it.
Things go
Yeah,
south. I like
I'm
that.
just saying. Just
This
in
is the
case-
show, people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just in the event that something really, something bad happens, and 9 times out of 10, a child gets sexually molested. They did not go to their parents until their parents, being vigilant, see a change in them.
Yep, because they're not
And
comfortable.
because they can see the unease in them, they can see the hurt in them. Their patterns change.
They're
and
gonna have sex with or without you.
They are
Definitely without you.
So
Definitely
I'm just saying, talk to your kids about
I'll
sex.
pause on this one.
Talk to. I didn't mean it like that, but
Yeah.
But anyway,
talk to your kids about
we know
sex.
why it's hitting home. It's hitting home.
But
It's hitting home.
and my second point that I'm gonna get to after this break is talk to your partner about sex when we're back.
Yep. See you in a few.
searching for number one.
Excuse me, sir. Can I help you?
Yes, I found my number one. I'll take it.
The latest looks and the newest trends for home fashion is number one at Living Spaces, located on Old Pound Road.
But it would mean nothing. 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 You're not a woman or a girl.
And welcome back, and it's still a man's world. And like I was saying, talk to your partner about sex, not just to request sex. That's not a conversation. Talk about your likes, your dislikes, your experiences. You don't have to call names. I mean, some of us have a lot more names than others. Just the experiences. Tell people what you like. I mean, I have gone, it's gonna sound a little strange, but I have gone as far as watching porn with my partner.
Kudos to you.
Yeah, and it helps. It really does. I mean, you see the videos that she chooses.
No, we wouldn't see. You would.
I'm just saying, Pornhub has a history. You can just you see what she chooses, and it baffles and intrigues all at the same time.
Big up to that person in that section.
And
We see where you're at.
but talk to your partner about sex. Tell them what you like. I mean, it is only going to benefit you if you know what your job is going in. Think about that. If you know what you're expected to do, there's no guesswork. Now, you still have to do it, but it's good to know what you got to do. I mean, everybody wants to know what they need to do, except for politicians.
Exactly. But and the thing about sex also, don't be conservative in bed. I'm just saying. And
Don't even be in the bed.
Don't be in the bed.
Don't even just get out the
It
bed.
doesn't have to be so conservative.
That brings it to what? Where?
No, I'm saying you don't.
Everywhere,
you don't have to
yeah,
be so
everywhere.
You don't have to be so conservative. You don't have to be so, in convention. And my thing is right. Practice what you preach. If you can go to your friends and say, boy, we just love to do this and do this and do this and do that.
Don't just say
My
it.
thing
Do
is
it.
just don't say
do
it. But no, I mean do it. If
You
you're
like
gonna
night?
do it.
I mean, like naive. I see what you did there.
Exactly.
Just do it. And when we say talk to your partner and say what you like, we don't mean like after the session, I would like something to eat. No.
But you might be
Talk
hungry
to your
after the
partner.
session if you're
Talk
doing
to
it
your
right.
partner. Yo, get
Sex
some.
can work up a good appetite.
Incorporate food.
Have you ever? I mean, that's the number one test, fellas. I'm gonna tell you now. If after you're done and she asks you for food, you did a good job.
Or if she falls asleep right away.
No, she falls asleep already. She might have been waiting to fall asleep.
She
Don't
falls asleep right away.
Well,
That's the
then
word.
that's-
Don't fall. Don't
No,
fall.
no,
No, I know where you're going.
I know what you're trying to say.
I know where you're going. But
But-
in all fairness, women can have more orgasms than men. So
Definitely, that is definitely.
if she's falling asleep after one orgasm, two orgasms, maybe she's faking.
Chances are.
I'm just saying.
I just sleep with that
Number
one.
one test, if they're hungry. They're gonna ask for food.
Open. Oh my god.
What?
You love
No, I literally
everyone-
paused just now. Did you
Everyone
just-
heard him say.
One night.
Everyone.
Not everyone, obviously.
Okay, you didn't hear. The audience did.
But
Facebook will do. Facebook. will
let's
let us know.
talk about sex. I mean, put it out on the table.
It's
Put it
not
out on the
taboo.
table.
It's not a
I
taboo
saw what you did there. I
subject.
saw what you did
It's
there.
not a taboo situation,
Yeah.
and let's revisit it. You can have sex anywhere.
Not in church, pastors. Talking to you.
Oh my god.
Yes, I said it.
But
I'm sorry. You weren't expecting it. You were tuned into the wrong station.
Exactly.
Caribbean Vibes Network is
No, I
not
I am so gonna
a
hear
place
some
for
comments about this.
conservative.
Do
We're
not
gonna
have
hear
sex.
we're gonna hear some comments about this.
Do not,
Actually, you read the comments.
do not have sex.
But
Do not have sex.
I like where you. I like where your mind's at.
Yeah.
Right. In terms of how, whatever's comfortable for you and your partner, whatever is comfortable for you and your partner, you do. And, ask a question.
Ask several questions.
Make a comment,
Several comments.
It's okay for you to say, well, baby, no.
Yep.
I don't like this. Let's try this.
Hey, give me the blueprint.
Yeah, that's what it. Because
Huh?
Give me the blueprint. I mean, tell me what you want. I have no issue following orders.
And yeah, my thing is right.
Somebody say Christian
Guys,
Grey.
we have to, you know,
Somebody say
we have to
Christian
break out of this misconception that we know everything in bed. We everybody's me. But I'm just saying. Ask a question.
He took his spotlight.
Ask a question. Ask a question, and you know it's
You can all
okay.
shine.
It's okay
Especially without
to
makeup.
you know have them
It's classic.
take the lead. You know, that's just me.
Yep. And I don't know, Jason.
Well, you see, I have no problem with what Nine said. You know, and I will, you know, salute you for taking the spotlight about that. And, you know, not everyone is you. You know, that sounds like something he would say, but
Jason likes
you
to
said
throw
it.
I'm not throwing
I'm not throwing jabs. This is not
That's
a box
okay.
ring.
That's
But
how
anyways, sexual encounters prove a lot of things. It proves how confident you are. You know, because look at it. You are gonna say, all right, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. You end up not doing it. That means, okay, in the end, you are not. How would I say? What's the word I use?
I don't think you should make it so mental though. But I can understand what you're trying
Yeah,
to
because
say.
you're gonna say, okay, you want to do this. You're gonna do this. You tell them you're going to do this.
You tell them.
Okay.
Tell him sometimes.
Okay, you know when you exactly. Sometimes you're like, okay.
Sometimes you just
You're gonna be like, girl, tonight
Just
you're
Christian
gonna get
Graham.
this. You're gonna you just Christian Graham. You just pull out the whips and the flag. Yeah. Anyways,
What?
just
And the what? What-
moving right along. Moving right along.
Obviously, Jason has toys, people.
And there's nothing wrong with toys.
Nothing
There's
at all
nothing
wrong with toys.
There's nothing
If
wrong
that's what you
with
want to
toys.
do.
If you're into toys, bring your
Hey,
toys.
bring the toys. Bring your
You're
toys.
gonna use
toys.
them. As I'm saying, you're gonna
Spider-Man,
use them.
Transformers.
Mine
You're
whatever.
gonna tell them you're gonna do this, and you
Mine-
don't do it, and
I don't
then
judge
you like
people.
Mine alkaline poisoning.
Whatever works for you. You know.
Alkaline.
Yeah, the battery. Get safe
Careful.
batteries.
Safe
people.
batteries.
Try solar, rechargeable or something.
Do that.
I mean, lithium is. I mean,
I'm just saying.
Now think about it. Now,
Lithium ion, yeah.
if they make cell phones, cell phones with great batteries, and now they just. Anyway, I digress.
You know,
Forget.
back to sex.
Back to sex.
Back to sex. And okay, what I think with women, I think with a woman, she makes up her mind who she wants to have sex with. All right.
That
Now,
is
if
true.
you're so fortunate enough that a woman chooses to, you know, express that side of herself with you, the only thing that you can do once you've been chosen is to, you know, show up to the table knowing exactly what needs to be done. Or,
Be confident
know
as
what-
well.
I mean, confidence is one thing, but you have to be spontaneous too. You know, be spontaneous.
Just
be
do and stop
be a
reaction.
little adventurous. You know, don't, and you know, break out of that routine. You know, if it's a situation where the routine is in your current relationship, bruh,
You gotta break that. You gotta break that. You feel me? You feel me?
And I hate to beat the dead horse, but talk to your kids about sex, people. This is very important. If it's one thing you take away from tonight's show from Dario, talk to your kids about sex. Think about all those victims who are afraid to come forward because they're not comfortable having a conversation about sex. Talk to your kids about sex.
and don't shame your kids because they come
Yeah,
to
please
you.
don't. Please don't. Please don't.
You know,
Tell them
don't
about
shame
your
kids.
experiences. You don't have to tell
Some
them
of
with
them,
who.
some of them
You don't have to
don't
tell
want
them
to hear
daddy
that,
can't
though.
perform or
Tell
whatever.
them about
Just
your
but
experiences with their mom.
that. No,
Okay.
don't
Okay,
do that.
nasty.
Don't do
Nasty.
that.
Come on, nasty.
Don't do
Come on.
that. Don't do that.
Come on.
Don't ever do that.
No, my thing. No,
Did you have
no,
that
no,
experience when you were
no,
younger?
No.
And before we go, I really want to say this, ladies, you do it more than guys. Do not try to sex shame your partner after you leave. It makes you look stupid.
Yes.
You were with that man for years. You took that bad sex forever, and then he was bae and boo and all of that, and all of a sudden he has a little. Talk to your kids about sex, people.
To be top
He has
shame-
a little
top-
talk to good
top
man.
shame
I like
the
what
mind.
you did there.
Top shame the mind.
Yeah.
You were there.
No sex shaming, and talk to your kids about sex.
Very much so indeed.
So we're going into a break now, and when we get back, we have more conversations about
We'll have our
sex.
final thoughts, actually.
Oh.
Final thoughts.
About sex. Stay with us.
All right.
searching for number one.
Excuse me, sir. Can I help you?
Yes, I found my number one. I'll take it.
The latest looks and the newest trends for home fashion is number one at Living Spaces, located on Old Pound Road.
When it would mean nothing, nothing. You're not a woman or a girl.
And we're back.
Yes,
and
we
it's
are.
still a man's world, and we are talking about sex. And
Greatest topic ever.
ever tonight. There are a lot of great topics, but I'm with you. It's up there. But what we're gonna give you our final thoughts on the topic of sex.
We'll start with you.
We'll start with Nasty.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I like
Start with me?
that.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, what do I think about sex? I think sex is the most important aspect of any human being's life. Except when it's about my kids. I'm just saying, I don't want to hear anything about my kids having sex. But you see, I'm a father, so I'm gonna have that.
You said kids, so I hope you were a father.
I am a father.
That would have
I'm
been
a
scary
father.
otherwise.
The greatest father, number one father. Yeah, but I'm saying, so I'm saying, you know, in terms of sex, I think sex is really important. I think sex needs to stop being such a taboo subject. I think, as we've been reiterating for the whole show, it starts with the kids. I mean, we're gonna be stupid to think that they're not out there experimenting more so than we did. The generation that is coming up now, they're a lot more adventurous. They're a lot more risque.
Than me?
Yeah, these millennials. They don't
I
use
climb through
condoms.
windows,
They don't
people.
use condoms. So my thing is, let sex not be taboo, and it's very important.
Jason?
Well, to me, sex is not only important, it's vital. It's vital. Yes, vital like vital.
I like that. I like that.
And
It's copywritten by It's a Man's World.
People, do not be afraid to be open with not only just your kids, be open with your partner, because if you are conceited about certain things, it will not allow you to progress. You will only regress. There's no moving forward. You're just either stagnant or not worth anything at all. I already say that, but yeah. So people, be open, be free, don't be afraid.
And for my final thoughts, like I said, I've been saying, and I will continue to say, talk to your kids about sex. It is very important. Let's raise a generation, let's raise a society who are intelligent enough that we can have adult conversations all the time. It is not a taboo. If you don't make it a taboo, let's get this thing out the door. It's ridiculous. Talk to your kids about sex, talk to your partners about sex. You'll thank me tomorrow. Have more sex.
And your kids will have a lot more sensible, a more sensible knowledge about what sex really is.
All right, so people.
And what sex is awesome.
It is awesome. It's the
That's
greatest
it.
ever.
Check
All
us
right.
out on our Facebook page at It's a Man's World CVN. And remember to like,
Share.
And comment.
Wonderful. Wonderful. All right, people.
That's a wrap.
Nights out.
Every year I'm searching for number one.
Excuse me, sir. Can I help you?
Yes, I found my number one. I'll take it.
The latest looks and the newest trends for home fashion is number one at Living Spaces, located on Old Pound Road.